Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1.
Tell me what to do with my hands.
Alright, you guys ready to have some fun?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Alright.
Wait. Okay.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Established Facts. How you guys doing? Everybody doing alright?
Yeah. We're here. We're
I'm
here.
hungry.
You're hungry?
Hungry? It's 8 o'clock.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's normal.
Okay,
I
fair
ate
enough.
right before we left. I'm hungry.
Oh,
It's
okay.
how it works.
Hi, Hungry. I'm Katie.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I got my daughter with that, and she giggled. It was so great.
That's nice.
I have 3 I'm hungries at home. Constantly. Even when they get home from school after they've had food all day.
All day.
It's a shame.
Kills
Well,
me.
I have writer's block, so that's how it works.
Oh.
Sometimes.
Nice.
Not really.
Does eating fix that at all?
No.
No?
Neither does drinking or sleeping or going to work.
Anyways.
You know, you could write the preamble to the Constitution. I hear that that's popular.
Probably needs to be redone anyway.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Anyway, so we wanted to get together and have a little bit of fun, do a fact play, if you will, and we're actually going to be playing the Ultimate RPG Campfire card game, or we'll be playing from the Ultimate RPG Camp Flavor. Okay?
Camp flavor.
Yeah.
This is the
Campfire,
s'mores game.
That's right. Campfire card deck.
I said I was hungry.
That's right. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get into introductions. I'm going to start to my left.
Hi, this is Princess Katie.
I'm Avital.
Piercy.
This is Josh.
And of course, I'm your host, Big Don. And like I said, we're going to be playing a game together. Now, this game, the Ultimate RPG Campfire card deck, was published by Adams Media. And I believe it was published in August, beginning of August 2023. So it's about a year old. We haven't gotten a chance to get it to the table. Joshy took it down from his illustrious collection of cellophane binds, and we cracked it open so that we could have a little bit of fun. Now, if you're not familiar with the Ultimate RPG Campfire card deck, neither were we.
No idea.
However, we've gotten a chance to peruse the instructions, and I have done this. I've been holding this for at least 10 minutes now, just so I could show you all. But this is kind of a party game. Or more so like
It's a party game.
It is a party game. That is right.
Yeah.
It is a party game, and kind of a party game. And what I mean by that is, if you've played games like Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity, $1 Million But, different things like that where you get prompts and you can be creative within the realm of those prompts, this is sort of like that. However, instead of you having other cards that you're going to be laying out in response to the questions that you're asked, you are just going to come up with the answer. Now, typically you would use this in an RP setting to generate the backstory or the extra character flavor of what you're going to be playing in the game. And the game comes with 6 different decks, and it's 6 different card prompts. So you've got hypotheticals, your world, your companions, your past, your dreams, and your present. And so what we've done is we've constructed a deck of just random category questions that we're going to have a little bit of fun with. We're going to, I think, are we taking this into the realm of fantasy, or are we going to keep this with, a getting to know your podcaster?
Let's fantasy it, man. Let's
fancy it.
You
Yeah,
guys wanna play? Avital is like deer in headlights. What? Are you kidding me right now? I have to come up with a character concept? No,
That's right.
you don't. All you really have to do is the hardest part of an RP and come up with a name, and then from there we'll just take it. I think it would be fun. I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Your ancestors.
What's that?
Avital and I both thought we were doing these on ourselves.
Ourselves?
On ourselves? I'll tell you what.
We do 2 rounds.
Let's do both.
Okay.
Let's do both.
I might just
Okay.
switch.
Let's do both. Let's start with a little bit of a getting to know you personality
know
on the podcast.
about
Right.
Okay.
And then we'll do a second.
Hey,
We'll
now
do a second
we're getting to
round.
7 seconds. Be careful.
That's right. We'll do a second round, and
probably
we'll
not
Exact.
during the maybe we can have a little bit of fun when we start the second round, and we can give each other character prompts.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yes.
we can help each other build a quick character, and then we'll use the cards to build a background for that character. How does that sound?
Gives you time to think about it.
Right. All right. I feel like Piercy is
Whatever.
champing at the bit.
I'm just
He's just down for
I'm
whatever.
just listening to you
Oh.
intently,
Okay.
paying attention.
He's
Nice.
done this before.
All right. So the way this game works is we've all got 2 cards, and one of the questions we're going to ask ourselves out loud. So don't just read it quietly. Let everybody know. Share with the class, and we're going to answer that question, and then we're going to ask the other question to someone at the table. Okay?
So should we ask like the follow-up question also? Because I think
Sure.
some of them are fun.
I think that's totally fine.
Sure.
Okay.
I think if you have follow-up questions based on your original prompt, then yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's even fine if you want to ask yourself, like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, yeah, like if I was going to expound on this a little bit, this is, the reference to that. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll go ahead and start.
Okay.
That way it's a little bit easier for everybody. So, I have not even looked at my questions. Yes, Avital, questions at the table.
Everybody has to ask a different person, so if you're the last person, you don't get to choose who you ask.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
That way it makes it. I like
Yeah, that way
Yeah.
everybody gets asked a
So
question.
everybody
and we're
gets
not
asked
all
a
just
question.
asking Dawn a
Yeah.
question or something.
No
Yeah.
repeats. Got it.
I like it. That's
I like
good.
that. Okay. So the question I'm gonna start with asking myself this first question, and then I'm gonna ask somebody at the table the second. So this is your past. What is the best meal you have ever had?
Oh, that's tough.
The best meal you have ever had.
I think I know. Wait.
The sad thing for me is I and my wife are both really good cooks.
They're pretty good.
That's so sad. I feel
No. I don't mean sad like
I know,
sad
I
as in
know.
like it's just hard for me to choose.
No one lives
Okay,
up to his
okay.
standards.
You know what? No, I'll tell you what. I will choose something. I will choose something that is not something that I am familiar with cooking. So I will say one of the best meals. I'm gonna reclassify the question because I, very similar to Avital, am somebody who loves whatever is present, and it's hard for me to choose the best of the best, unless you were talking about movies, and that's always Star Wars. Okay, so I would say one of the best movies. Look at what I did to myself. One of the best meals I've ever had was one that I shared with my wife several months ago. Actually, we went on a date night. And there is an area in the Indianapolis kind of downtown area. It's a little bit of it's bigger than a neighborhood. It's kind of like a neighborhood district, but it's called Fountain Square. If you are familiar with the Indianapolis area, Fountain Square has a bunch of really cool eclectic stores and restaurants. And just on the outer edge of Fountain Square is a little... is it a Mediterranean? Oh my gosh. What is it called?
Which way on the outskirts?
It's the one right next to the tequila place across from Eli Lilly. It's a little Istanbul.
Bosphorus
Cafe?
Istanbul Cafe?
Yes!
We just went there.
Oh my gosh.
Good time.
Yep.
Bosphorus? Is that
Bosphorus Cafe.
Okay.
Like the Bosphorus Straits.
Okay, Bosphorus. There we go.
Me and Jason both you start talking. Me and
You're
Jason
like,
both
yes.
perking
I
up
think I know
Yes.
what this is.
Oh.
So we've only gotten to go there once, but I'll tell you what, it knocked our socks off the first time we were there, and we love food from all over. Especially what we have found is we really love Mediterranean food. We really love Indian food. Things with a lot of curries and spices, and not I am not a heat guy. I do not eat spicy food. It tears me up. But I do love really deep, flavorful,
Oh, yeah.
herbaceous food. And my mouth is literally watering just thinking about that dish right now.
And I was hungry.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. And the
start.
first one, right out the gate. I would say that is probably one of the best dinners that we had. And honestly,
It's a good place.
all we got was an appetizer and an entree to share, because they have one of their appetizers is like this big sampler of spreads that you can
We
get.
totally got the same thing.
And then the entree that we got was this huge sampler of like different.
Nice. Yeah.
It's got like baba ganoush and all kinds of.
and
Oh
everything.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
it is incredible.
It's a way to start. It's a way to
So good. It is so good. I want to see what the follow-up question
The
is.
baklava
Okay, I
is
shared.
also very good.
So
It is.
the follow-up questions they have on here are who did you share it with? My wife, my lovely wife Bonnie.
My wife.
My wife.
Live.
It's my wife.
This is my wife. We have dinner. We like to eat.
Hey, he was Mediterranean too, wasn't
That's
No.
he? No? Okay.
No. He's from Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Ew. Oh, one of the stands. Got
Yeah,
it.
one of the stands. And then what made it unforgettable? Well, if I'm catering to my 17-year-long marriage, my wife always makes it unforgettable. My wife. And,
Now, what's the real answer?
because we had never had food like that, the service was incredible. It's in an old house. Like, it's a house that they have,
Yeah.
like,
The atmosphere
flipped.
too, right?
It's really cool.
Yes, like,
The
you walk
decorations.
in...
With all the God's eyes everywhere.
So if you
yeah.
if you're a fan of places like Applebee's or Buca de Beppo's and stuff, I know that those are big chain stores. But what I mean to say is the environment of like when you walk into a Buca's and they have all of those candid pictures everywhere, and there's a lot of goofy, silly stuff on the walls, and it's just kind of a fun atmosphere. That's exactly what this feel is. As you walk in, and there are these huge like pictures of like families and like sharing food and like the landscape, the environment. There's all kinds of cool antiques on the wall, and it's just really cool.
Neat.
Because it's like that melding of like Turkish style, like oh my gosh, it is so cool. If you get a chance to check it out, come in for Gen Con, come in for PopCon, let us know. I'm pretty sure the entire table will join you there.
Oh, yeah.
it
I
is-
might-
they might have to stick us at 3 different tables
Yeah.
because of the size, but yeah, that is probably what made it so unforgettable. Okay, and then the second question I have, let's see.
Do we want to, whoever he asks their personal
Start
question
up with
next?
Sure,
and then
yeah, I
pass
like
across?
that. I like a ping
All right.
pong.
They just have to
Okay.
talk forever.
Now this, I'm going to, I guess. Well, no, I don't have to really quantify this. The person I'm going to ask this, it totally applies. What is the worst mistake, Katie,
Oh.
that you have made in your time adventuring? Because
Oh,
you
it does
and your
apply.
husband,
Yeah. No, that's really good. Yeah, especially because for those of you out there who don't know, my husband and I, we love to travel. We love to adventure, and there's always some sort of something that happens. We've been stuck by downed trees in Alaska that we had to move at 3 a.m. with a camper. We've been next to active wildfires on accident. All sorts of weird things. So, okay, mistakes that I've made while adventuring. Okay.
Yeah, the worst mistake.
Worst
That you can
mistake
think
I
of.
have made whilst adventuring.
That's a great RPG question, too.
Yeah, there really is.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a follow up too.
I
So
cast
Okay.
Fireball in the dungeon.
Yeah.
that's not a mistake.
I didn't ask.
Never a mistake.
I lead with Fireball.
Fire! Don't you say it.
Friendly fire, schmendly schmeyer. Let's
That's
go.
right. The only mistake I can think of is not bombing that orphanage faster.
Whoa.
All right, we went
That took a turn.
a little off. Anyways, okay, so back to real life and not bombing orphanages. Worst mistake I made while adventuring. And now, of course, like, as my brain does, I'm like,
You forgot.
I've forgotten every adventure I've ever been on.
Well, you were just recently on.
I
one.
never do anything wrong.
Did you were in Texas, right? Or you took a flight out of Texas?
Oh, yes, our adventure to get our puppy. Yes, sweet little demon bear that she is. I think I'm gonna go with our cruise that we took.
Okay.
Okay, so we took a cruise in February of 22, and I think the worst mistake that I made was not like really researching cruises because I had been on one with my family to Alaska years ago, and Jake and I didn't have a great time. We realized that like cruising just isn't really necessarily for us, especially a Caribbean cruise. Everybody's like, oh, like go to the Caribbean. We're not beach people. We went to like, was it Costa Maya? I don't know. We got to see Chichen Itza. That was cool. Chichen Itza was awesome.
That would be awesome.
So that was cool. But one of the other stops, they were like, yeah, you can go to the beach. And we went to the beach, and there's all these people passing out unlimited alcoholic beverages, and I'm like, I don't drink. And this lady was like, did she just say she doesn't drink? Like out loud at me. And I was like, yeah, I don't drink alcohol. Sorry. Like, but yeah, like got offended about me. So I think we just had not a super duper great time. Just because we were like, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, weren't you going on another one in like a year and a half?
We're going on
I wasn't
another
going to
one.
bring that up.
We're going on another one in 2.5 weeks, but that's to Hawaii, and that's entirely different.
Oh, sure.
Because we're actually going to be off of the boat. We're not going to be like,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, for all my friends that have been on them, that's what they said are the most fun. The ones that actually like you go for like overnight, then you stop somewhere, you're there for a day or two,
Yes.
then you get on and go overnight.
Yes,
yeah,
and
those are the good ones.
Yes, that's what we're doing in Hawaii. We're not just going to be
Nice.
like, okay, cool, you've got like 4 hours here and like, have fun. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Nice. So are you flying out to Hawaii and then catching a boat from
Yes,
there?
so the
Cool.
boat that we're going to be on is the only U.S. flagged cruise ship, period. It's actually flagged under the United States, so they can exclusively travel around Hawaii, because any other ship that isn't flagged under the United States, if it stops in a United States port, must visit a foreign port as well.
Oh,
It's like, that's why Alaskan cruises
maritime law?
always stop
Okay.
in
Huh.
Canada and stuff like that.
Oh.
And that's
Yeah.
why any Hawaiian cruises that depart from like LA and stuff always stop on that side of Mexico.
Oh,
But since
okay.
the
Huh.
Pride of America from Norwegian is actually flagged an American ship, it flies the American
They
flag.
can just chill.
Year round, they just sail the Hawaiian Islands, and
I did
that's their
not-
itinerary.
Know that.
Yeah,
That would
right?
be like
Our Alaska cruise started in Canada, so
Yeah, that's what they all like stop like at least one. Yeah,
Interesting.
That's
there you
a
go.
really-
Now you guys
yeah,
learned
look at
something.
that.
Yay.
I already
Rainbow.
know.
Dee-dee-dee.
Okay, what's your follow-up question?
Did you? What have you learned from it, and has it affected you to this day?
Oh yeah, I learned to do more research on things. As if I didn't already do enough research. But yeah, no. And that's what, so, Joshy, what you were saying, we are taking another cruise with friends. We're doing a friends cruise in 2026. But that is going to be part of. I know we try to like say like apolitical and stuff, but part of my issue I had with our Caribbean cruise was it felt like I felt very like it was very exploitative of the countries we were visiting. It felt
Okay.
very much like
Very,
Sure.
very touristy
like
forward.
go look at the pores. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, rich white people. Like it felt very, very like it was.
Yeah, that's not apolitical. That's just like calling out classism for what it is.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but it was really rough because like where we went in like
we're
Honduras.
apolitical, but we're not a justice.
Yeah, but like when we were in
Yeah,
Honduras,
there's
it was just like, oh, okay, cool. Like the entire area surrounding the port was like impoverished, and they're like, oh, get on a bus and go check out the neat things. And I was like, this feels not so cool, guys.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't really jive with this. So to speak to like one with the Hawaiian cruise, obviously we are visiting Hawaii. We are not visiting a country that is impoverished currently.
Right.
Now, whether or not you want to talk about, the ethics of visiting a currently illegally occupied nation, that's neither here nor there. But our cruise that we're taking that Joshy was talking about, we're stopping at the USVI, we're stopping in Puerto Rico, we're stopping in U.S. territories. So it's going to be different. Like, it's a different side of that coin.
Cool. Yeah, we're going on a cruise right after you guys with the Disney Cruise Line, but we're just visiting the Disney Islands.
They're only going to Neverland.
What?
Disney's got two keys down there for all their ships.
what?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like all the major cruise lines have like
There
Yeah,
are two
they
of them,
have, like, their
Castaway
own,
Key
like,
and
islands and stuff.
Lookout Key, I think are both what they're called. And it's a 5
I didn't know
night.
that.
They have a day at sea. You go a day at Castaway Key, You then go overnight and you do a day at Lookout Key, and then you do a full day at sea, and then you're back. It doesn't require a passport. It's all Disney the whole time, and it's our kids' first cruise. So we're purposefully Disney-fying the Jesus out of it.
Sure.
But sadly, they will not be able to see real pirates.
No.
They won't be far enough out at sea.
That's true. They are Bahamian run, though, so...
We can change that.
Okay. There's time. There is time.
Yarr. Look up at the ship. We're here to... Can you climb that?
Yeah.
This is their second largest ship.
This was your idea, Jason.
I guess we get on the top mast and jump. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm taking this home.
All right, personal question, Kate.
This isn't fun.
All right, so now I ask one of my questions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So my hypothetical question is, what is something that you would hate to do for real, but find fun to imagine myself doing? Yeah, that would absolutely be something like be a writer or be a singer.
Be a singer? You...
No, like
Okay.
professionally.
Oh, okay.
Because I love writing. I love singing. I would not want to be famous.
Okay.
I would not want to have to, like, what Chapel Roan is currently dealing with right now. Her meteoric rise to fame and people, like, stalking her and not giving her any privacy and stuff like that. I would not want to be a celebrity. I would not want to be famous. I would just like to be like, here, I have created the thing. Enjoy the thing I've created. Peace out.
Actually, so be a writer.
Like, well, see, that's like
Experience writer's block.
Right. Well, that part sucks. Like, it's one, like, as long as you're not, like, meteoric, you know?
Right. And that's what I
you
think
can
this...
mostly still live a normal
This leans more into like the singer aspect of things because they have a lot less privacy than a lot of authors do.
You got to worry
they
about
do.
deranged fans and cabins in the winter, but other than that,
By the way, if you haven't heard, Lance is on tech today.
But yeah, so I think that would be it.
introduce himself.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Lance, say hi.
hi.
Perfect.
Great, thanks,
Perfect.
Lance.
Beautiful.
The follow-up question on mine is, why do you feel this way? Because I would hate to not have privacy.
It's
Like-
not fun.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I wouldn't like that. Would be panic-inducing for me. For people like, oh my god, hi, and I'd be like, please leave me alone. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my stuff, but go away. Like. So yeah, that would be like it's fun to imagine like I could be a singer. And I'm like no, I could not deal with that fame. I would have a breakdown. I'd go full Britney and shake my head. All right, Jason.
Okay, we all just imagined that.
Yeah.
All of us did.
That's fair. All right, my next question is for Jason.
Oh.
What is a pet peeve that can instantly irritate you?
Oh, jeez.
Asking him questions.
No. It's easy. It's instant. How do I say it well without cursing? Let me think.
I know, I'm like,
Real challenge.
Drive poorly.
Fair. That is
Drive
totally fair.
poorly. And I will curse epithets at you in my car. Don't drive like a jerk. Use your turn signals.
They're wise, Bill. I hope he understands he should be killed.
Oh my god. If I had superpowers, I'd be in jail. Because other people on the road are stupid. That's instantly.
All right, yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the follow-up question is, how do you react? I think we got that.
Yeah.
And the
He blows
follow-up
people up with his eye lasers.
follow-up question is, how would you prefer to react?
Death. I have, especially the people that cut you off, or do it like they're literally trying to kill me out here. I wish nothing but death on you. I know that's not a good person thing to say, but I'll not claim to be a good person. Don't drive like a jerk.
She didn't ask you to be a good person. She wants to explain your pet peeve.
Yeah, that's
There you go, you
it.
did it.
That's it.
Don't
Fair.
drive rude in front of Jason.
No.
No, jeez.
No. Anyway,
All right.
That's all you say.
ask
Okay.
yourself a question.
so my question is about your companions,
Ooh.
and it is among your companions, who would you prefer to marry?
Oh, wow!
I think we know the answer to that one. It would be Avital.
High five.
Check that. I know, right? We were
Sorry,
just waiting.
guys.
Passed
Sorry.
up again.
Yeah.
Always the bridesmaid.
Here we
right?
go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that you got that card. Like,
So
It was funny.
good.
But there's some other good ones on here too. Share a bed with for one night.
okay.
Dumb.
Yeah. You got it, buddy.
Prefer to betray.
Ooh.
Yeah, we all know it.
Josh. It would just be a fun story later.
Yeah.
It's so, he's the wolf the whole time. He was a werewolf. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that was a good one. That was a good one. All right.
Kid's excited.
Adito. Do you have an endpoint or destination in mind for your journey?
Wow, what a big question.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Your dreams. This one is your dreams.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you have an endpoint or a destination in mind for your journey? I feel like it's like which journey?
Fair.
Don't
Fair.
stop.
No. Believe it. Cause it's just sort of the journey of life. Well, you know, there's only one endpoint for that. So
Correct.
Never mind. That's not where we're going.
Well, I mean, it's where we're all going.
We're all going. We're all
Yeah.
going. We're all going.
I'm ascending.
Sweet. I want to see that.
Where did Lance go?
I don't. I actually think that the answer is no. I don't have a specific endpoint
Okay.
Cool.
because what I want to do is be creative in a wide variety of ways that I am interested in, and I see no reason to stop doing that once I am really able to get into doing that better than I am now.
Love
Awesome.
That's fair.
So, follow-up question, which is completely pointless now. What would you do after you reached it? Because, you know, since you don't have a total endpoint, don't even answer that. I just did that to be funny.
All right. The question I'm gonna ask myself is off the hypotheticals card, and it says, "What advice or warning would you give a younger version of yourself?" I was thinking about this, and it was a little difficult. And you know, at first I think of some like really specific things, like this person is not a good person to be friends with, or whatever. But then this one specific person I'm thinking of, if I hadn't met them, I never would have met him. You know, so you know, but I think based on where I am in my life right now, would be find a good therapist and keep going to therapy. And how do you imagine it impacting your present day life? I wouldn't be needing to find a therapist right now.
That's
fair.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know, deal with things in life, you know. All right. To make this easier, even though I could ask Dawn, I'm gonna ask Josh, and we'll
Oh.
continue the way we've been going,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you'll.
I
and-
guess
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
last
By
question.
asking Dawn.
Sweet.
There you go.
It's your world card. Who, in your opinion, was the greatest hero who ever lived?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm going to say the follow-up question now because it's probably going to be included in your answer. The follow-up question is, what made them special?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Going to be
fair.
included in your answer anyway.
So, I will caveat, we aren't a religious podcast, but many people who know me know that I am a Christian in faith and have no problem admitting that I believe Jesus or Yeshua saved my life from the spiritual side of things. Historically speaking, there are not very many human beings that have made the impact on the world that Jesus has.
So Taylor Swift.
So Taylor Swift.
Travis
So,
Kelce.
I really have no problem or shame whatsoever saying that. And yeah, what was the follow up?
What made them special?
I mean, there are many religions that have lasted longer than and have been around longer than Christianity, but I don't think as many have had the positive or negative impact. Because history is history, and as long as you're understanding and seeing both sides, it is both positive and negative.
Humans are humans too.
Humans are humans, yes. So, for me, it was about learning to be who I was and how to better treat others. And the blessings that have come from that, I attest to that. You attest to however you please. So I will keep it at that. I think it's the best way I can answer that. So for my question, it is your world. What place would you like to return to? Would you most like to return to? And oddly enough, leads right into that. Because, again, we're apolitical, so I'm not taking a side, but I want to go back to Israel. Preferably when they're not in a wartime, but that's been their entire existence, so I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
But having been there and seen the things that I believe to be truth, because the sights of the Bible and bringing that visualization to it. That and just knowing that place was desert, and it is not anymore, is quite, and there's parts that still are, but for the most part, it's not. It is a lush landscape where they grow everything, and you talk about food. Oh my goodness.
The problem is to get Israeli food in Indy is way cheaper and a much shorter waiting time than for me to go all the way to Israel just to get.
That might be true.
Good.
That might be true.
Not to say I would regret it either way.
Right.
I'm just
Listen, I have never had as good falafel as the one falafel shop that we would go to in Jerusalem every Saturday night after we went to church.
nice.
When I volunteered in Israel for 6 months, FYI, in case you didn't know.
So,
Anyway,
yeah, I know. So what draws me back there? Some of the things is what I've said, the history,
Yeah.
the food,
Definitely the food.
and my wife's desire to want to go back. She would have answered this probably exactly the same way.
Yep.
And yeah, I think I've given the why.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Donald,
Yay!
this feels like the most boring question, but it also this is your present.
Present.
Yeah, which aspects of your daily routine do you look forward to the most?
Oh, wow. You know what? I would not have answered this in this manner 3 weeks ago, but at the beginning of September, my wife and I started a weight loss journey. And I did not know I was going to be this person. Now, I used to weight lift and I used to exercise on a regular basis when I was in high school. I was in sports. I was in show choir. I worked at FedEx and did a lot of, if you've ever worked logistics, you understand the hustle when it comes to loading trucks, loading planes, unloading planes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of weight lifting, just active weight lifting because that's your job. But at the beginning of September, my wife and I, we've been on like a kind of a food journey as well for since April. And at the beginning of September, we started a fitness journey as well. And I can now attest to truly feeling the days that we don't do anything physical, unless it's a rest day. And if it's a rest day, I intentionally make sure that it's filled with, like, we're going to hang out, we're going to play board games, we're going to do stuff to keep, like, our creative muscles still moving, but not so much our physical muscles, get a little bit of rest in. But I can really feel, like, we went we had our rest day, and then we had a bunch of running around and like chores and errands that we had to do the next day, and I didn't get a chance to go to the gym. I didn't get a chance to do any sort of, because we've been doing like a combination of little aerobic videos on YouTube. And if you are interested, I think it's Stay Fit with Rick. He's a guy from Dubai, and he does these really low impact, really good, like just step videos. There's a lot of really good music. He's a lot of fun to watch. I definitely recommend it. But we also started a gym membership, and we've gone, I think we just hit 8 or 9 visits to our gym in the month, doing strength training and stuff like that. And it just feels really good. Like, and it's something that I can tell on the days that I haven't been physically active at all. And the other day I was like super grumpy, and I realized that I hadn't been to the gym, I hadn't done anything physical, and then the next day we went to the gym, and I just burnt all that extra energy out, and I was like, man, I feel really good now. And this is real weird for me to say that, but yeah, I would say that that's probably a daily routine that that I get a lot out of now. So
Awesome.
I recommend it if you are looking for simple activity. Just walk around your block, get outside. The great thing is, in Indiana it's September, which means here in a couple of weeks it's going to be really nice outside for about a week and a half, and then it's going to snow. But get out, open your lungs up to some fresh air, get some natural vitamin D from the sun, get moving, enjoy your time. And we don't even go on, we don't do power walks or anything like that. I mean, we walk 1.5 miles, 2 miles sometimes, but we literally walk from my house to my youngest son's elementary school and back. And that's it. And that's on our light days. And then on our heavy days, we go and we work out in the gym for an hour. And then they have really nice hydro massage beds.
Oh.
Ooh. 10 minutes on that bad boy? Yeah. It's a dream. Okay. So for our round 2, is this our...
Real quick, how much time we got?
We're at 35 now.
Okay.
Perfect. Another round will do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what I think would be cool is in the order in which we did our first round. Oh, I gave you 2 there, Jason. It's fine. Cool. That works. I think we should give prompts in that same order for characters, and then we can change the order for questions. So I'll give Katie a prompt for her character.
Okay.
Katie, you'll give Jason one. Jason to Avital, Avital to Josh.
Okay.
And then Josh to me.
Got it.
Okay?
If anyone has, look at your questions. If you have any questions you don't feel comfortable asking, or asking yourself, or asking someone else, they have a red X card that's put in here that's like, I don't really want to do this, so ask me something else. I'm making sure that we put that out there now as well, because I know some people don't like to answer things like, what are my favorite, or what is your saddest? Like, some people just don't want to talk like that, so that's all right.
All right, so I'm going to give my first adventurer prompt. Yes, Avital.
Need you to first explain what we are doing this round.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go around in the order that we previously did to give a character ancestry. So like halfling, gnoll, troll, dwarf, elf, whatever their race would be, and then a class. So for example, Katie, you are going to be a halfling druid.
Okay.
Okay, that is your character concept.
Okay.
Out of that character concept of halfling druid, you'll answer questions or ask questions in that realm of thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm a halfling druid.
Halfling druid.
And I would say, hey, Jason, you're a tiefling ranger.
Tiefling ranger.
Tiefling ranger.
And I've got these written down if we need to...
Good deal, because that'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Avital, you are a human barbarian.
There we go. Barbarian. Okay.
My brain just erased all of...
That's okay.
All of the ancestries and classes?
Yes.
It's okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
Remember, you're giving it to me,
To you.
so...
I know.
Josh, you're a.
I don't know what's playable.
It doesn't matter.
Anything matter?
This is
We're not even,
flexibility.
this is no system. It's literally just character creation. We're just gonna have fun with this.
Okay. You, Josh, you are a kobold wizard.
Love it.
Perfect.
Love it. Donald.
I want you to play a rat folk bard sometime and just be Mickey Mouse.
It sounds like a lot of fun. This time I'm a kobold wizard, and you, my friend, are a
Peacock
pixie
warlock.
bard.
Pixie bard. Wonderful. Love it.
Your wife will enjoy
Yep.
hearing your
That's
interpretation
right.
of
My wife
Plumbella.
plays a pixie bard in our Pathfinder game named Plumbella. All right. I love it. All right. So Katie,
Yes.
halfling druid.
Yes.
Piercy, tiefling ranger.
You know what?
Avital, human barbarian. Joshi, kobold wizard. Don, pixie bard.
Perfect.
Okay? Alright. Now I'm gonna.
Are we going to ask questions in the same order as well? Or are we going to...
I think we can skip around this time. We don't have to keep the same order. That
Let's
would keep
let's
it
do with
interesting.
I think the game is like everyone does one card and chooses whether it's themselves or somebody else,
Yes.
and then we go around the table like that. So let's do it how the game,
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
what the game is, intending.
I think I need to switch this one out because it's what do you imagine your companions are doing, and we don't know
Yeah, that's fair.
anyone
yeah,
at all.
sure, that's
so-
fine.
Yeah.
Which
fair.
what do you want? The same color, different color?
Same color, sure, I guess.
Hold up.
It's not. I don't need to give you
That one. See, that's good.
I don't know if any of the your companions ones are going to be
No,
great.
this says-
actually,
Yeah, okay. You're right.
since we don't really know
Each other.
Well,
yeah.
each
That's
other
it.
like at all.
But we can. And that's the thing, is we're filling that information in.
Yeah, you can just make it up.
Okay.
Yep. It's very improv heavy, I
This
know.
one though was
but
very,
fair enough.
very.
Yeah, sure,
Like,
sure.
you have
We
to know
are
them.
an
What do you
adventuring
imagine your
party.
companions are doing in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years?
Wow.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of a lot. Like,
We are an adventuring party. We can assume we know each other, and what we know about each other is what we're about to tell each other.
Right.
I like it. I like it.
What we make up is canon.
We've gone on at least one quest together, and now we are building our party makeup.
I love it.
All right. So how are we doing this?
Pixie Bars, get our story started.
Are we changing the?
I
This,
think
this
so. We're going around the table.
yeah, he likes the idea of going
okay.
around the
Yeah,
table.
doing the whole like.
But
we can
understand-
Start with you. That's fine.
Okay.
Like one card, one card, one card.
but
are
it's
we
always
asking?
it's always one card is ask yourself, one card is ask someone else. But the first time it hits you, you can do either or, and then when it comes around, you do the
opposite.
other.
Okay.
Right, right.
So if I
Great,
choose,
so I have to remember.
and we don't have to go. Like I can ask Jason,
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it just goes.
but it'll go to Katie for the next
Correct.
round.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
I hope you guys are following along.
Not at all.
Lance is out. He is out. All right.
We're going to ask the questions in clockwise order, and
Yeah.
you're either going to ask your question of your character or a question of another character.
Ooh.
But I do think we need to keep track of. Each of us needs to get asked a question by
We ask
someone.
Yes.
both questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. All right. My tiefling ranger.
Do it in your character's voice.
That's too much. That's
Some
too
people
much.
don't do it. So
Some people don't. Yeah, don't do character voices. But
I'm okay with doing that. I just have to.
that's not surprising. But
Right.
right.
Okay.
that's why Lance said it.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to pressure anybody to have to come up with a name. This is just. We'll just play with that just to make it a little easier. Because if you've never played a role playing game, names are literally one of the hardest things to figure out for your character. Pixie Bard. Pixie Bard. I am a Pixie Bard. My apologies. Tiefling Ranger. Question for you. Whose respect would you most like to earn? And, if you don't mind elaborating, what do you imagine you will need to do in order to earn it?
It's a very tough question. I think I would like to earn respect of this owlbear that we found. I believe it'd be a very good companion for me. And I want to train its children and be able to come back and work with it. It knows the land. It is a fierce predator. It can help me hunt.
I see. Very interesting. My druid friend?
Okay, well, I'm going to ask. I'm not doing a voice. I'm.
That's fine.
We all saw how that went in our last improv show.
Oh, no!
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh, that was so
Talking about,
funny.
this is your character's voice.
That's right.
All right. Do I believe more in fate or free will, and why? I obviously believe more in free will. I believe in the flow of nature. I believe that nature is our biggest guidance, and everything in nature is a flow. The rivers, the way the breeze blows through the leaves in the tree. So I believe that we are all free to chart our own path. I don't believe that anything is predetermined. Just like if the river encounters a rock over eons and eons, it will dissolve that rock away. So I believe that even if there is an obstacle, if you want to go around it, you can. You are not fated to pursue any one particular path. So why do I believe that? Because I just said all those things.
Yes, and?
Follow-up question, my druidic friend. What is your favorite form of nature?
Favorite form of nature? As in type of nature or form that nature takes?
Ooh, great question.
I would have to say my favorite form of nature is specifically the animal kingdom, and my favorite form within that form of nature would be wolves, and that's why I have a wolf companion.
Ah, good answer. Get character.
I know.
You gave this to me.
I know.
This
I know.
is your fault.
I'm sorry.
Now,
Our barbarian.
Barbarian. So this is my question for myself. Is where have you always wanted to visit? And what would you be most excited to do there? Now,
I'm sure you're well traveled as a barbarian.
Not so much.
Been to the barber shop.
Once, barber shop, my home. When I was young, a traveling bard came through the village where I lived.
Was it the pixie?
Was it a pixie boy?
We all want to know if it was a pixie.
No, unfortunately.
I would have remembered that.
Unfortunately, it was not. They were from the big city. You know the one. The big city.
Of course. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Everyone's been to the big city.
And, I hadn't been there at the time. I still haven't even really been there. Like, we brushed through. Only, really. And when they weren't telling stories, I ended up talking to them. And they weren't too keen on the food we were serving. I don't understand why. There's nothing wrong with meat and potatoes. Like, what's wrong with it's filling, it's wonderful. But they said that the best food that they'd ever tasted was from this little tiny shop in the corner of the big city next to a statue of the war god. And they said that it was a bakery and that they made these pastries that tasted as if they were just blessed
Were they
My
meat and
God.
potato pastries?
I sure hope they have
Okay, all right.
pastries. I don't know though, but the way he talked about these pastries, it just sounds like heaven. It just sounds like paradise, and like that is just a place that I've always wanted to go. I want to try those pastries.
How many people would you kill to get there?
We're not killing everybody right now.
I am just curious. I know when they get angry and they get hungry.
That's
And
fair.
then they get angry.
Anger rage.
Yes.
Hunger rage.
So,
Hangry.
Angry.
I guess it would depend if I was hangry or not. If it was a hungrage.
Hungrage. Trademark.
I will stay out of your way.
Good idea.
Okay. My kobold friend.
Ah, yes.
If you died tomorrow and became a ghost, who would you haunt?
Who would I haunt? So it's interesting, okay? Because it's actually part of the question I'll be answering for myself here in a little bit.
I'm glad I chose this.
Because my first spell book was given to me by my teacher,
Oh.
right? And I might be a kobold, but I'm still trained in a well-known college in our, our part of the world. But we were kind of poor, so they gave me a used spell book, and everything was written in human. I hadn't quite heard everything or learned everything in human yet, so I see words a little backwards. I can take care of it. It just takes a little bit of time. So I would probably have to have some words with the guy who sold me the used book, because somehow there was a used human wizard's book, spell book, in a kobold colony. I'm still not sure how that worked out, but I owe him.
I think I have idea how that worked out.
Oh yeah. Oh, probably. Speaking of that,
Well, I actually have
follow up.
that. How would you go about haunting?
Because so I am going to answer that question with my own, because I think this works out well. So the question I was going to talk about myself, because I do tend to enjoy talking about myself, is which of the skills have I struggled most to master? Reading. I want to blame this guy, so I would haunt him, and I would put weird markings in every book he was trying to sell in the wrong language. It's hard to learn to read when you don't know what language to learn to read. In the Kobold Colony, we didn't spend a whole lot, it has been a pleasure meeting you. And I know to stay out of your hangry way. But humans are not something we spend a lot of time with. So yeah, I kind of owe him a little bit of a, leftover haunting. Maybe he'll stop messing with my kobold friends. How and why did I doubt myself in this learning process? What are you casting fire nail is not the same as fireball. I mean, it is pretty entertaining to watch a hammer and nail made of fire just go off. That's not what the goal was. Somehow my cowboy has come out. That's it. Kobold with a cowboy hat. I just saw it.
Perfect.
That's the wizard.
Who's dyslexic. It is a thing. And then what finally made it click? The first time I blew up an on-purpose house.
Oh,
I mean, it was abandoned because we're so kobolds, we kind of find abandoned towns and kind of take over the area. But then when it comes down to us needing to make room for people to live, we have to demolish things. So they send the sorcerers and wizards in training and they're like, go blow that up. Because if they don't blow that up and blow ourselves up, well, that's where we end up. So I answered my question, Pixie. Apparently we got 5 minutes, so it looks like it's lightning round.
Oh, well, I shall hurry then. Excuse me, alright. If I could master any skill, what would it be? Well, I can fly, so I don't need to climb. I can fly, so I don't need to swim. I can fly, so I don't need to walk.
Let me guess, you can fly, so you don't need to brush your teeth either.
That's a valid point.
Brush your teeth!
If I had to master any skill that I don't already have mastery of, it would probably be... Yes, I think intimidation. I find that I'm very charming, and I don't have a lot of skills of scaring off big, wily owlbears, or chasing down people who have stolen the last pastry from the bakery. I have my mischievous skills, but overall, being a tad bit more intimidating, I think, would be something I'd like to practice.
Get an enlarged spell.
An enlarge spell.
Not a Renlarge. It's totally different.
Enlarge and Renlarge.
Yes.
All right.
Renlarge is you get enlarged, but you have a pointy hat.
I've got it. And then my follow-up question very quickly, it says, what would you use it for? I think scaring small children away from me who like to try and pull my wings off. Unacceptable. Unacceptable behavior.
Agreed.
Yes. Now, I'm going to move on.
You're actually not, because my question's for you,
Oh!
Pixie Bard.
All right.
Pixie Bard, who amongst our illustrious companions, two-part question, who amongst us would you most like to give a makeover, and who amongst us would you trust to give you a makeover?
Oh, well. I think if I was going to give a makeover, it would be for the slightly confused kobold wizard. Have you noticed? He's a tad bit singed, always.
Always.
And reeks of smoke and rotting food. I'm not always sure which one is less pleasant. However, if I was going to have a makeover done, I think, because of his slightly dark and sinister nature, and because he has a very nice accent, our ranger, actually, our tiefling ranger.
Alright.
Little brutish, edgelord, I like it.
I could put you in some fantastic camouflage.
See, that's what I mean?
Who has not been asked?
Don's the only one that's been asked so far.
No, Piercy has?
No,
And you
yeah.
have.
And
I am not. Yes, I have.
That.
No,
Yes.
wait.
It would be...
You haven't been. You two haven't.
didn't I?
Yes.
You did the first time.
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
round.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
It's the two of
I'm
you.
losing my mind.
Wait, hold on.
Piercy
Yes, so
asked
he
me.
asked him a
Don
question.
asked Piercy.
Don asked him.
No, Don asked you.
Yes, and
That's
I
right.
asked Don, so
That's
you
right.
and I have not been asked questions.
No.
So you have to ask me
That's
because you
fine.
can't ask yourself again. Unless you want
The
to.
irony is,
At
I have
least
a
we
question
didn't,
for
like, mess
her.
it up too bad.
Great.
Anyway.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 plus 1
Yeah,
plus 2
carry
plus
the
1.
7.
Druid. Two-part question, which I'll just say all the parts at the same time. Who in this group do you feel is the most optimistic, and who do you feel is the most pessimistic?
Okay, so I think that honestly, given all of his many shortcomings and setbacks,
It's not a
our
short joke, was it?
our kobold wizard over there
knew it.
is our most optimistic. Even though, God bless him, he can't actually read yet. He's doing his best.
I can.
He's giving it an effort. He's doing a great job.
Fire nails can be useful spell.
I can. They're
He's,
pinpoint accuracy.
yeah, he's got the gumption. Good job, buddy. We all believe in you. As for who is the most pessimistic, well, listen, buddy. I hate to break it to you. The rage thing's a bit much, my friend, and I think it's you. I'm going to do my best to not enrage you currently, but yeah, I'd have to say you're our most pessimistic party member, pal.
Just haven't had those pastries yet.
We'll get them for you. We'll get them.
We'll make it happen. Last 2 questions. That was her.
I just asked
Asking
her.
it.
Oh, that.
It's you. Your personal
Correct.
question.
Bad at counting.
I know.
If it's more than 2.
Don't worry. This last question's a good one.
Excellent.
It's
So,
for you, and you'll like it.
my present, apart from wealth and renown,
Very important.
what satisfaction have I found in the life of adventurer? Well, it is all the wonderful trophies we have. Dragon head, Chimera head, drow head, kobold.
Whoa! What?
It's
Yes.
fine. It's fine.
Drowhead?
Yes, well, he shouldn't have talked back.
These wonderful antlers.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Where did he get antlers?
those things.
That's what you're confused about.
What type of reward would I like to see more frequently? Food.
See, look at that. Something we all share.
Hungry.
The pizza party.
All right. Pizza party. Apparently, we've just become the pizza party.
And we need
That's-
to kill more things, hunt
that's
more
so
things.
good.
to Eat.
All right.
Do the pizza party because it's the nothing reward.
Yes, it is.
Jobs.
Yup.
Barbarian. Barbara the Barbarian. I don't know.
That is not.
Barbara
That's
Ann.
not your name. That just sounded like a human name.
Listen,
It is.
you're going to make them mad.
The baby. Who is the most challenging opponent you have ever faced? And what did you learn from your encounter with them? I thought it apropos since we just finished an encounter that might be right up your alley.
Well, it's a little hard to pick, like, one most challenging opponent because, like, when I was young, like, that was the most challenging. Anyone was the most challenging opponent. But at this point, what's really challenging in an opponent is
Vowels.
what?
Never mind. Continue.
Is when I'm not supposed to kill them.
Oh, yeah. Drow.
So that I'm trying to learn to
Incapacitate without killing.
Yeah.
Fair.
working on that.
Play
Sorry.
sideways.
Sometimes they need to be alive.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's what raise dead, speak with dead is for.
Does anybody have that?
No.
I'm working on it. But right now it's speak with lead.
Speak with Dad.
Speak with Dad. Every time all I hear is, I'm disappointed in you.
Oh no!
When your father gets home from school.
Shut up, Dad.
That's it, right?
Yeah, well, that was
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
all.
Let's get those
the
cards.
game.
I think that.
All
oh,
right,
man.
let's finish
Let's
So-
episode first.
Yeah.
The ultimate RPG Campfire card deck.
In character finishing.
That's right. You can buy it on Amazon, as well as I'm sure you can order it through a local friendly game store.
Or maybe
good
find
play
it at
game
Michael's. What?
Makes for a good play game.
Good
time.
play
That's
game
right.
time.
That's right.
Bring it at your next adventuring campfire.
Yeah, it's a very fun game. You can play it in character. You can play it with normal people. I don't know why you would want to, but
What no?
you can.
Not nearly as interesting.
Can. That being said, on this episode 260 of the Established Facts, I have written a limerick.
Oh my. Not Nantucket.
Don't spoil anything.
Sorry.
From Avon, your pixie bard, your ears I'd like to fill. Abital, Dawn, and Joshi are Piercy's merry cuddle kill. Thank you all for joining us on this episode of the Established Facts, episode 260. We love you all, and we will check you later. Deuces.
Why?
That's awesome.
That was hilarious.